Hello Legionaries, it's Caesar TFT here, bringing you another TFT gameplay video. Today we are continuing our Road to Diamond series, currently sitting at Emerald 2, so really close. This is a series where I go through gameplay tips, tricks, explain my thought process, what I'm doing throughout the game, why I'm making the decisions that I'm making, hopefully with the goal of helping you to improve your game and also helping me to improve my game as I continue on this journey. So we're starting off with a LeBlanc. We are thinking of Strategist or Cypher. We probably want to take a look and see if anybody else has an Echo, as they may also be going for Strategist. Let's take a look. We don't see another Echo, which is great. We do see a Vi, so we are really looking at a potential Cypher angle. If you don't know how Cypher works, it's a lose streaking team. What that means is you want to lose consecutive battles in a row, and if you do, you gain more intel, and that will increase your multiplier depending on how many Cypher units you have in your team. Then you get the opportunity to cash out at certain rounds depending on how good you've done at losing, and can get really lucrative rewards as a result. We're not necessarily hell-bent on that team at the moment though. We're also considering an AMP strategist team, which is an amazing team to play around with strategist and AMP. So we're kind of keeping those two options available to us at the moment. We've also seen a Cogmore. We've got some Exotech units here, so we may not even end up playing around our 2-cost, at least not long term. I'm going to sell these to my Skana. Okay, wow, Vanguard emblem, very tempting. Very, very tempting. It doesn't fit our team at all, honestly, but it's just really good in its own right. We're probably not going to win streaks, so we'll lose spoils. We could play around 4 costs, which maybe is good for an AMP strategist team, which I've actually got up now already. It's a bit of a gamble, but if we get Annie, Nico, or Ziggs early, it can be really powerful. We don't want shopping spree. I think we're going to try and play around the AMP strategist, and we're going to gamble the whole game on this. So we really need an Annie, Nico, Ziggs. Come on, game. Okay, we got the Nico. We got the Nico. That's really good. At least we got one of them. That's what we needed. We've also potentially got actually a Street Demon angle here. We're gonna instantly drop the unit that we got as a 2-cost, and actually, I think we could look at playing around. Gosh, I'm going to take the Aphelios as well because I do love playing Golden Arcs, but we're going to look at playing around these 4 costs, I think. So we're going to sell the units we know we're not going to play. Enemy seems a bit frustrated at our brand Nico starting board. It is really, really strong. We may just completely rewrite our previous idea of playing around the strategist and go really heavy on the Street Demon. We've got both options available to us at the moment. Gosh, so many options available right now. We've got to decide what we actually want to lean towards. I think we want to try and level up. So maybe... do we level up? What's even good to play if we do? We're going to level up and play LeBlanc. I don't think we're going to play around Golden Ox. We're either going to go AMP Strategist or we're going to go Street Demon. That's kind of what our team's leaning towards. Either way, Jeweled Gauntlet's a pretty good item, which we should have put on earlier. And we'll put the Cloak on Nico for now, just to give her some additional tanky stats. So this Augment subscription service means at the start of each stage, you get a shop filled with 4-cost units, which we got really lucky, got Brand and Nico, who go really well together on a Street Demon team. So we're being quite adaptive and flexible and wanting to play around that. Even though we got the 2-star LeBlanc, who works more in an AMP strategist team, maybe we go for a Street Demon team instead, just because the game is really handing it to us on a platter. I'm honestly debating leveling up again here to just steamroll this win streak. The problem is, we haven't got the best unit that we can put on. I think I know what to do. We level up and we do this. There we go. This looks really, really strong. So we've got, I'm not sure where we're going to put this. Is the blanket danger here? Maybe. So we are playing around our Bruiser and Techie from Mordekaiser temporarily. Strategist, it's such a good setup that we've got at the moment. He's actually playing the same augment as us, but he's gone for Annie and Aphelios. He's going for the Golden Ox line. Very strong team as well, though, so we do have to be careful. 2-star Graves early, feed us with an Infinity Edge. Did manage to clutch the win against him, though. So it looks like we're going to go towards the Street Demon. I think it makes more sense at the moment, unless we get a lot of amp and strategy units. We'll take a look after this and see what teams everybody else is building. We want to build probably a Spear of Shojin, Nash's Tooth, both sound like good items. We're looking at the belt, we're looking at the tier, we would have looked at the bow but that's gone, the sword, all good options. All good options. We've also got the cloak that's on Nico, so potentially we could actually build a tank item with that cloak. So we're thinking about that as well. The vest would be good in that respect. I think the tier would be better. Okay, we want the vest then. So we've got a gargoyle stone plate out of the vest that we're going to put together with this cloak on Nico, which is a great tank item. As we continue to decide what team exactly we want to do, let's take a look at everybody else. We've got a techie Bastion. We already know the Golden Ox player, Twisted Fate player, Dynamo player, Cypher player, who may go strategist, another Twisted Fate player, a Vayne player. So nobody's going Street Demon. Somebody might be going strategist later. So that's kind of what we're looking at. I think we're leaning towards the Street Demon. So we'll plan out. This, by the way, is the amp strategist team if we wanted to play it. I think given that we've got the brand, we're really leaning towards Street Demon. But, do you know, we won't change the built team yet. We're going to wait and see what shop we get at 3-1 and see what 4 costs we get, because if we get Annie and Ziggs as an example, that will rapidly change what team we want to do. But if we get, you know, more brands and Nikos, then that will also quite easily decide it. So we'll see what happens. We're still happy to play around this 2-star LeBlanc at the moment, but notice how we didn't really heavily... Oh, well. Notice how we didn't really heavily just go all strategists because we got the LeBlanc. We realized, okay, let's see what we get. We got a different strategist that we can use LeBlanc with, but then combined with the board that we have at the moment. Now, this Neferi is going to ruin my economy, and I may end up selling her. But if we do go for the amp, she's great. So a decision probably has to be made now about if we're going amp or not. And I don't think we are. It does feel like we've got a bit of a better start for Street Demon at the moment. I'm not sure if going amp is the right strategy. And we want to make sure that we get 20 gold so that we get as much interest as possible. Prioritizing interest, for the most part, is generally better than keeping team flexibility open that you're unlikely to utilize, and I think that's exactly what this Neferi is. So we're going to sell her. We'll keep the Nidalee on the off chance that we do end up doing amp and we get some incredible 4-cost shot, but a really strong win streak, which is exactly what you want with this kind of augment. We've got another Street Demon. I think we're settled on the Street Demon now, so let's quickly build out the Street Demon team. Street Demon team's a really simple team. Every unit that's part of Street Demon is what you want. Just quickly picking them all. So this is the team, but you just get rid of Rengar or Jinx and you play to level 9. And I'll explain in a bit more detail after this item round. We've got the option to get 5 Street Demon already, which we definitely want to try and do. Hopefully the 4 costs in our shop are good. Ironically, we are getting some good amp strategist units now, but I think it's too late for us to change our minds around that team and swap. So let's see what 4 costs we get. We want brand Nico Ziggs, that's what we're looking at. Okay, we've got Ziggs, which we'll take. We're going to level up. We're going to play this and play this. And we're going to swap LeBlanc. And this is a good question. Is a 2-star LeBlanc better than a 1-cost 6? I'm not sure, in all honesty. We're going to sell this, put you over here, put you over there. We're going to keep the LeBlanc for now, and just keep a close eye on how much damage you think she's doing. I mean, she's got 615 AP, 100 AP. It's a debate. Honestly, it's a debate. I think arguably we should have sold her actually and kept the Ziggs so that we can make economy and put the Ziggs on, because we're going to plan on putting the Ziggs on later anyway. So it probably was the wrong decision in that respect, but I think we may be able to redeem that decision by just selling the Zyra, as I'm not too concerned about 2-star Zyra and I want to have good economy at the moment. Now we've got another augment round. We're looking at Street Demon augments. We're looking at maybe AP damage augments. Let's see. Oof, I do love Dumbify, but it doesn't really make sense when we've got such a strong board at the moment. Not a huge fan of backup on this team. Find Your Center's pretty bad as well, so maybe Blistering Strikes. Yeah, looks like it's going to be Blistering Strikes. We don't care that much about free costs in this team. Blistering Strikes is great. It means we don't need to worry about getting a Sunfire Cape or a red buff or Morellonomicon. Our abilities will just do that on their own. We're going to pick up the Jinx. We are going to do what I suggested earlier. We're going to sell the Blanc, put on the Ziggs. We can't really play this Jinx at the moment, unfortunately. We're really missing the Echo. If we had the Echo, we could probably go for 7 Street Demon, but we're down a level anyway, and I think spending all of our gold to try and hit an Echo and then play the Jinx and the Echo probably isn't the right idea. We're okay now if we start to lose the win streak. It's got some good gold, but let's see what happens. You're against level 5 player, so that does spell good news for a potential win streak. He just recompopulated his team as well, so if we lose, we're awful at the game and should probably be demoted, to be honest. So it'll be a well-deserved loss, but no, we did win. Now I am thinking about the idea of quickly leveling up and rolling down to get an Echo, and we can have a really early 7 Street Demon. I mean, 7 Street Demon at 3-3 is incredibly powerful and should win us practically any battle. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna level up, and we're rolling for an Echo. Hopefully we get one. Okay. Got the Echo, put the Echo on, put the Jinx on, and look at that. So we have spent a lot of gold, and we've invested really hard into this. This player looks really scary. This looks a bit scary. There are some strong teams. But I think the 7 Street Demon setup that we've got here is good enough that we should be able to take on almost anybody and still win the game. We've got another person who's recombobulated. So when I say recombobulate, by the way, if you're not sure what that does, it's the augment that transforms every unit on your team into another unit that's 1 cost higher. So really interesting if you've got a team that you don't have a strong direction, maybe, and you want to just gamble it and see how versatile and how much you can play around the board. If you have an early 4 cost, maybe turn it into a 5 cost and play around that. So there's some ways you can do it, but it is quite a high risk, high reward augment. We're looking at another carousel round. Tier for Shojin would be fantastic. We've already got Blistering Strikes, so we don't really need a Sunfire Cape. Maybe a Bramble Vest with Brand would be useful, but we're looking at the tier. The tier for Shojin just looks like the most logical item for us. We should be almost guaranteed to get it. Yeah. I am interested in getting a second Brand. If we were 1 away, I'd probably prioritize it. We could use a duplicator and really go hard on the win streak, which actually I'm doing. So the Shojin was definitely the better item. The reason I've done this instead is because I'm just going to use the duplicator right now and go really, really heavy into this win streak. We're going to go really hardcore. We're just going to prioritize on smashing our enemies, keeping this win streak going, getting as much gold as we can. And having a 2-star Brand is really going to help us do that, especially this early in the game. I mean, his ultimate gets a 30% increase nearabouts. So the Shojin would have been great, but a 2-star Brand early in the game, we are going to bank on the destructive power this Brand's going to have. 3-star Darius is going to be a challenge for us. Luckily, their Twisted Fate doesn't have any good items yet, so we're going to wait and see. This Brand ultimate needs to do a lot of damage because he's taking a very long time to cast, and boom, a lot of splash damage. Does about half the Zeri's health almost, nearly a third of Darius's. And the battle does look a bit close, but I think this second Brand ultimate is going to end it for sure. Also, we've got the Bramble Vest we managed to get on Nico, which is definitely not a bad item. We normally would take a look at what the enemy teams are building before deciding to build an item like the Bramble Vest, but again, as we're pressuring... Wow. Can't believe we got a Kobuko at level 7. I'm not sure how we play this. I think it's like this. We are dropping the 7 Street Demon for now, but we're doing it with good reason. I mean, an early Kobuko and Ziggs, I think, is going to give us more firing power than the 7 Street Demon does with Rengar and Jinx. We get the Cyber Boss, we get the Bruiser, we get Extra Strategist. It and an early 5 cost Kobuko. I feel like we're almost disrespecting the game by not playing this. We're probably going to sell our Jinx just to make sure we hit 30 gold, because we're not too worried about getting a 3-star Jinx. Oh, sorry, 2-star Jinx even, as we're likely to get rid of her for Samira. Anyway, so you can see that we've had a really strong 10 win streak. We are getting an extra 3 gold per round, which really stacks up when you think about it. So there we are. Get them down. Let's take a look at the boards. We've got a Draven team building up. That's probably going to turn into a Zarya. We've got a strong Golden Ox player, Twisted Fate player, an interesting Dynamo player, another. Oh, this is the Cypher player. He may be deadly later on. This player is interestingly second. He looks like he's going for Vanguard Marksman. And we've got a bit of a mess of a team here. So we're looking quite strong in this lobby. We've got really lucky, I'll be honest, with some of the units that we've gotten. But we've also, and one of the most important skill sets in TFT, I think, is being able to capitalize on the luck when it comes. And we've definitely done that so far this game. We have absolutely capitalized. So let's take a stock. Well, we get another brand. I mean, we'll buy it. Nico's good. We are going to focus on leveling up, as we want to try and push for level 9 if we can. Team's looking really strong. Put this brand in the middle in case we sell it. Who could we be fighting? Twisted Fate player, Dynamo player, and the Golden Ox player. See, right now I still think our board looks a lot stronger than any boards that we could be coming up against. This Kobuko, this early in the game, is really strong. Ziggs also is going to be hitting a huge ultimate because he gets a Cyber Boss bonus, and he's going to be doing Blistering Strikes, which burns them. So you see this big Ziggs bomb and the Brand bomb. Their whole team's going to be burning, losing healing. They're going to be taking extra damage from the burn. It's just really powerful AoE abilities that we've got right now that are all comboing really well with one another. We'd probably prefer for the Cyber Boss bonus to be on Kobuko, in all honesty, rather than Ziggs. And hopefully, I may put the glove on him temporarily, just so that we can do that. Let's see what we get here. Glass Cannon's not bad. Overheal's unnecessary on this team. Support item's probably not great on this team either. This looks amazing. Our team's so heavy AP, really good. Damage up's good as well, but we're going to take this. We get the extra rod from it. And what we're actually going to do, which may seem a bit odd, we're going to put a jeweled gauntlet onto Kobuko. Reason being is that Kobuko's ultimate does a lot of magic damage. And the other reason is that I want him to be a Cyber Boss so that he gets his AoE ability on the ultimate. So, if you don't know how Cyber Boss works, the strongest Cyber Boss unit that you have on your team, their ability becomes empowered, and it does AoE, so area of effect. It hits bigger radiuses than previously before. And on a Kobuko, his ultimate picks up the whole front line when he does this. So get ready. When he drops to about half health, he's going to lift up the entire enemy team front line, get a huge shield, and probably do quite a lot of damage to them as well. Lifts them up, slams them down, gets a massive shield. Unfortunately, we actually already killed a lot of the front line, but it still goes to show you the power it has. We need this brand ultimate really to kill everybody left. Should do that for us. Pretty close battle, I'll be honest, but still one that we had in the bag. We're now going to have to decide, do we drop the Cyber Boss to play around 7 Street Demon, which is a tough decision for us. Very tough decision. I don't think we're going to. I think Kobuko's doing a lot for us at the moment, and I actually think we don't need to play around the 7th Street Demon right now. The debate I was having was, do we play around 7? Actually, I think this makes more sense for now. Yeah. Do we play around 7th Street Demon, or do we play around the Kobuko Ziggs that we're playing around currently? And I think the Kobuko Ziggs is the right choice. We're coming up against a level 9 Golden Ox player with a lot of units on the board. It's going to take us a while to burn through all these units. We need Brand to hit some really big ultimates here, and he does just that. You can see this Brand's damage is devastating, and we're really happy that we went for the early 2-cross Brands. That was the reason we did it. It gives us so much firepower having him early on, and you can see the Kobuko as well, doing 6,000 damage just with a jeweled gauntlet and the Cyber Boss bonus, because he's not even a Street Demon. So now we're thinking about a third brand item. Nash's Tooth's a good option. Stride Breaker's a good option. We could also get a Kobuko item maybe. Bloodthirster would be interesting. Hand of Justice. Ionic Spark maybe. So there's a lot of potential items that we could take. We're looking at the belt and the tier at the moment. If he takes the belt, we'll take the cloak. Okay. It's really important on the carousel to have decided what options you want to take in what order, so that if somebody does take what you wanted, as you saw that happen repeatedly, I had an alternative option ready to go. There's a slim chance maybe of a 3-star brand this game, which we'll keep alive by collecting these. And when we can, we are going to level up. Hopefully, we can maintain our win streak until then. A lot of strong teams on the table now, so it is definitely possible for us to lose our win streak. By the way, the reason that we're playing Yumi at the moment rather than one of these units is just because of this strategist bonus. The strategist bonus impacts your entire team, and it gives triple the bonuses for the strategist units. Whereas the Rengar or Jinx, they wouldn't give us any additional traits, they would just further amplify the ones that we've already got on the street team. So I figured it'd be better to play Yumi temporarily, but we are planning on getting rid of her quite soon. Our game plan is to play around the Rengar and the Jinx, and then change Jinx for Samira when we get the chance to. And that will be our game plan for the rest of the game. So we might have enough gold to level up here. I've still got a Vayne on my bench for some reason. I think we do. We're going to go for it. Just like that. We're going to sell the Yumis. We don't need her now. Play this. 7 Street Demon. We've gone really aggressive again on the win streak. Wow. Get the Samira as well. Perfect. So we've gone really aggressive on the win streak, spending all of our gold to try and maintain it. But, you know, extra 3 gold per round will certainly add up and be worth it, as it has been this entire game, if we can keep it going. The Samira is a huge damage boost. I should have put her on the highlighted square from Zyra, but it should still be fine. This player doesn't look too strong. His Misfortune is lacking some key items, although a Dynamo Zeri does sound very interesting. I'm not sure how much damage they'll actually do there, especially only being a 1-cost Zeri. So it's looking a bit close, but I think, yeah, these brand ultimates just do devastating damage. Zyra actually got 3rd with damage. Also, if you're wondering why I didn't get rid of Rengar and why I chose to get rid of Jinx, the main reason is that Rengar will tank damage, which is really what I need. I've got enough backline carries at the moment. Hit a 2-star Nico, fantastic. All we really need now is 2-star Kobuko, 2-star Samira, 2-star Ziggs, ideally a 2-star Echo, and a 2-star Mundo. But the key ones are the Kobuko and the Samira. We are going to try and stack back up our gold though. Hopefully we get a good amount from these enemies, and maybe we can pull off a 3-star brand this game. We'll see. It's probably unlikely, as you usually need augments that give you money to do so, but you never know. So we have to decide what we want. I would love an Ionic Spark, so a rod here would be really good. Don't get a rod. We do get Warmogs, which I think is probably the right choice. We're going to put Warmogs on Nico. Yeah, we'll put Warmogs on Nico. And then we're going to keep letting this reroll. We could potentially put Gargoyle Stoneplay onto Kobuko, but I think there's a lot of other good items that we could do with the Cloak. I'd take an Ionic Spark, I would take a Bloodthirster, I would maybe even use an Adaptive Helm. So we're going to keep letting this unstable item rotate, and hopefully we get a Bloodthirster or an Ionic Spark, which would be a sword or a rod. But you can see the team devastating. First elimination of the battle. We are still on a win streak, by the way. Haven't lost a single battle. Another Samira. We've got the Bloodthirster. I'm actually going to roll down just because I want to see if we can make this a 100 game. Okay. So a bit greedy for me. The best strategy there would have been to just keep increasing my gold. I was rolling down to see if I could hit a 2-star Kobuko or a 2-star Samira and try and get a flawless game. I think it's still on the tables for us to get a flawless game. We did hit a 2-star Ziggs, which will help a little bit. This player is playing Anima Squad. Every single game I play on Anima Squad, I come 6th, 7th or 8th, unless I get just unbelievable augments or units or something. And I think this player is feeling a similar struggle at the moment where, well, actually, let me hold my tongue. Can Brand kill his whole team? Oof, it was very close. It was very close. A great game from him for our Anima Squad, but as you can see, it just really doesn't hold up against the likes of Street Demon, which is sad because I think Street Demon's probably too easy to play for how good it is. Okay, we've got some interesting things in our shop. We obviously want the Kobuko. We'd like to keep the 3-star Nico dream alive, but it seems unlikely. We'll sell the Nico if we need to buy the Kobuko. But we're not going to lock the shop to buy the second Nico. I don't think that's the right decision for us to make. The other thing with Street Demon, which can be a good or a bad thing, is that there isn't too much you can do in terms of repositioning, as you have to stay on the hexes. You can do it a bit. We're quite happy here with the Bramble Vest, by the way. Against these AD heavy teams of Zyra and Misfortune, my Nico is going to stand there and take the damage and not really budge. As you can see, eating a lot of the Misfortuno and still above half health. Misfortune's going to take her ult right in the face. Look at that. Any other tank, that would have been an instant death, but the power of the Bramble Vest keeps her alive and keeps this perfect 100 game alive. Now we're looking at Samira. Really looking at Samira or Ionic Spark. Street Demon or Emblem's interesting as well, but I don't think we actually need it much at the moment, and I'd rather just take a 2-star Samira. There we go. 2-star Samira. To make it even better, this player wanted it. We've got 2-star Samira. The Street Demon emblem would be really great. It means we could get rid of the Rengar, but like I said, I'd rather guarantee the 2-star Samira. The Gunblade's not a bad item by any stretch either. We're probably going to put it on Samira, just that she has some lifesteal for herself and potentially for the team as well. We're considering, yeah, we're going to get rid of the 3-star 4 costumes so that we can 2-star this Kobuko. And now, this is it. This is the golden team. I've actually made a bad decision there. The Gunblade should definitely go on Brand, as he's doing so much damage, and he will keep our front line healthy. I did want some lifesteal for Samira, but Brand has a free item slot. It's better to put it on him, as his ultimate is now going to be even healing our super tanks of Nico and to some degree the Kobuko. And look at that. Look at that. Zed is a useless unit, gets practically one-shotted, and I think that's our third elimination of the game, just showing off the absolute power that the Street Demon team has when played correctly, and the power that Subscription Star has on this team. We've got a 2-star Echo. Not really rolling for anything else at this point. How is this team positioned? I think this is the Golden Ox player who's transitioned into Marksman Vanguard. Wow, 2 Golden Ox players came last and second last actually. That's really depressing. I love Golden Ox. But this team, whilst it does look strong, I think he's got a Marksman augment. Golden Ox, sorry, Zaya is already a Marksman. So, a strong team, but I'm not sure if he's strong enough to deal with this, honestly. The Brand's going to be doing devastating damage, healing the team while he does it. Kobuko's going to lift up his entire front line. Nico's not going to be taking any damage. It's going to be a tough battle for him. It's going to be a tough battle for him. And there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Demonstrating here the power of a Street Demon team combined with Subscription Star, getting an early Brand and Nico, and using that to not only win the game, but win the game without taking a single defeat. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you learned some new tips. Please comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.